I love that commercial.
Pretty sexy, isn't it?
It is. I love that commercial. I won't lie.
I do have the other one where it's just me cutting them up. So maybe we'll play that one later during the middle.
Oh, yeah, definitely, Chris. We'll have to add the other one in, too, and take turns with them. I love them.
Yeah.
So, guys, we do have special guests tonight. He's having a little trouble logging in. For you that do know BSO Skip, follow me here. I just seen his head pop over. Skip joined us tonight. Brandon is not. And soon as John Daly gets on, we're going to tell you about his product, Second Chance. Until then, guys, tell these people about the new soap.
Amazing.
You are the man with this.
All I can say is amazing. Amazing. I mean, it makes you not even want to get out of the shower. You just want to stay in.
I must say, I'm in love with it.
We have now, 4 or 5 different... No, I think it's 5.
7.
We have 7 different scents now.
I think it's 7. 6. No, we had 5. It's 7.
Yeah. So we have Dear Me, which is the apple.
Yeah, it's
we
5.
Have
2.
Mountain Man, which is the camo colored. That was your commercial. We have Fly Guy, which is the cool spring. We have Sandalwood, which is Barnes. I can't call them Chubs. I'm sorry. Barnes.
Ren.
Ren. Yeah. I knew what I meant.
Poor Ren.
Vanilla is Haley's. Pine Tar, which was the soul cleanser.
It's Pastor Barry.
That's Barry's. And
Ghost
the
new Hunter's the Ghost. No scent.
The unscented. Right. That's 7 different ones you can grab.
I want you to know that we had 50 bars. We sold in 1 week.
Oh my God. It went like wildfire.
And we have orders for more, and we already contacted our manufacturer who will be shipping them in this week.
Now you're not gonna believe me, but it's not just because people were buying them to give to Ben because he stinks. Like they actually wanted them for themselves.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I see we have 7 viewers. Guys, John from Second Chance is coming on. Sit tight a minute. As soon as you can see, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can see it. He's at the bottom of the screen. He's having some trouble logging on. The moment we get him on here, we're going to tell you about Second Chance product.
Yep.
So just sit tight. Another thing, if you didn't catch commercial in the beginning, Matthew Bladeworks has a beautiful set of Christmas kitchen knives out that is just absolutely awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to get her in a set.
We are, if you use code BSO, you get $50 off of that set. Not any set, but that set. So Big Sexy Outdoors or BSO will get you that. If you didn't check out our new logo in the beginning, God, check out the new logo. Chris has put a lot of time, effort into it, and Skip, new logo.
I love the new logo. I love the logo.
So we will have T-shirts and hats made and stuff with that logo. as soon as we get that done, we'll get it posted up for you guys. Chris, have you heard any more from John?
Yeah, he's here. He's just having an issue with the mic and the camera. So you guys chat. I'm going to bounce out and talk to him. Cool?
Okay.
Later.
Yep.
So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I heard of this product, Skip. You tell me what you heard. So, and then we'll let John go in and actually tell us. This is just what we hear from it so far. I want to keep people intrigued. We have a bunch of viewers on already. So the product that John has, and I have not seen it. I lied to you. I seen it tonight, 5 minutes ago.
I seen it right before you.
Yep. So we have not seen it in action. We have the product has been shown to us, not hanging in a tree, none of those things, but it has been shown to us, basically pulled out of the package. And the way it's explained to me is you take this and you hang it on a tree and you hang your crossbow from it. And instead of taking your crossbow, again, John is going to be on. We're going to get to ask him a ton of questions. So guys, stay on. I'm excited to have John on. He's just having technical difficulties at the moment. Instead of, grabbing the crossbow with your foot and pulling up, you put it in the tree and pull down.
Pull down.
So if you have a miss, right, Skip? Is this how you understand it? If you have a miss?
Yeah, you don't got to get your cocker back out and cock your bow. You can just turn your bow up and pull it down.
Right. If you shoot, you can just stand up, turn around, and you're ready to go again.
Yeah, or you can hang it, what do you say, lower, and you can just use that as a bow hook.
Yep. That's how I understood it. I haven't read the package. I've not. Now, so you guys know the reason I don't read the package or do those things. The reason I do that is I don't want to know. We have the creator coming on. I want him to tell us about it. I want to be just as intrigued as you are. So I'm learning about the product and asking new questions. If I already know all the answers, I can't do that.
Yeah.
So that's why we kind of hold off. Chris has just jumped off to get John. He called John to try to get him on. I'm not sure what's going on, but guys, trust me, I see viewers dropping on and off. Sit tight. John Daly from Second Chance is coming on. So we're pretty excited about that.
That was Second Chance, right? That's the name.
Second Chance.
Is that the name of the company or the product?
That's the name of the product.
Product.
Yep, but I do believe this is his own. Now, again, he's not on here to ask him these questions, but I do believe this is his. Basically, it's a product and a name, all at the same time. So I don't know where he's at. I'm a little. I know. Some people it's easy. Some people struggle. It stinks.
Yeah.
I don't know. Till he hops on, Skip. Have you done any fall fly fishing?
I was out Sunday. I wanted to go Saturday, but man, the rain was just terrible. I went Sunday. I have some video. I'm trying to. I can go with my phone, connect to my GoPro, okay, and edit that way. But I want to save a lot of this footage, okay, just for I die, my kids want to look back at things. So
we might be
I'm trying to figure out how to get it. Whoops.
Yeah, that's probably.
That was me going through. Sorry.
No problem.
I'm trying to figure out how to get it back into a memory stick. All
Well,
my videos.
All right. Can you hear me now,
Make
guys?
sure you. Yep.
Yeah, you can. Okay.
Okay, so
Can't see you, but we can hear you, John. That's definitely better than nothing.
I'm not sure what happened with the camera, but that's what we're gonna have to go with for now.
Okay, sounds good.
Sounds good, bud?
You bet.
All right, thanks, Ken.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, good.
All right, John. We have viewers already watching. Everybody's kind of excited to hear from you and wait from you. We knew you were having some technical difficulty. I want to jump right in before we lose viewers. First, I want to thank you for coming on. You did not have to do that. Chris has your website pulled up, your links, everything for you.
Okay.
And I'd love for you to tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and tell us about your product.
Well, from Schuylkill Haven, Pretty much grew up there, went to school, graduated from Haven. So the product itself, I call it second chance because a little while back I missed a doe, like we all do. You know, we ended up missing a deer. She dropped. I mean, she went right down to her belly, and the arrow went over the top of her. And I'm up in a tree stand 18 foot in the air, and she ran down over the bank, and I can see her walking around like 75 yards away. So she got startled from the shot, but she don't know, I guess, where it came from or what happened. So when she's down there walking around, I'm up in a single man ladder tree stand trying to think, okay, now what do I do? You know, you can't cock the crossbow from up in the ladder tree stand. So as she was walking around down there, I struggled and I did get it cocked. I got it back. I got it loaded. And she started working her way back toward me, which really surprised me. And I thought, wow, I'm going to have a second chance. And she got about 50 yards away, and she just turned off and went a different direction. So I never did get the second chance. But that's kind of how the name came about. And I'm sitting there up in a tree stand just trying to think. Well, I'm thinking to myself, well, this happened to me. I'm sure other people miss. Or I know people, you know, hit deer and spined them, and they're laying on the ground, kicking and doing whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, well, it just happened to me. Got to happen to somebody else. What can I do to change it for next time? So this was a couple years ago. So I just had this idea of what you see there, but I made it out of a 2x4. I just made it out of 2x4 in my shed. Cut the back of it off a little bit. I ran a piece of almost like a threaded rod through it to get the top hook. And the bottom hook, I just had a piece of rod. I just hit it with a little torch and bent it into position and come up kind of with that design.
Okay.
And that's kind of, you know, went from there, from that design into what you see in front of you right now.
So, Chris, while he's talking, can you pull that up while it's on the tree, the sample tree there?
Oh, you want the sample?
Right there. Yep. The one your arrow's on. So, John, tell us a little bit about how you install this product.
Okay. Well, you can see the grooves there on the sides, the slots.
Yep.
So I just have a cam buckle strap goes through there and around the tree. Once I hand tighten it with the strap, I grab where you can see the stirrup is on the bottom hook. I'll grab that bottom hook and I'll pull down, and those teeth will dig into the tree pretty good.
Okay.
And then once I have the crossbow, the bottom stirrup on the bottom hook there, then I'll put my cocking rope on it. So everything is right in front of you, eye level, maybe just a hair above your eyes. And then I'll raise it up to the top hook, and that allows your arms up above your head in a sense. You grab your cocking rope, and literally all one motion, you just bend your knees and you cock the crossbow, all one motion.
Okay.
I had a back
Can you
operation
blow
years
that other
ago.
picture up?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I was trying to blow the picture up so everybody sees what you're saying.
Okay. I had a back operation years ago. I have 2 bad shoulders, separated muscles. This is easier to cock a crossbow to pull down because you're using your body weight than to put your foot in the stirrup and actually try to lift up in the air.
Yeah, I love the thought process. I'm not going to lie to you. I absolutely love the thought process. I think that anybody that can turn around after making a missed shot and be able to recock quickly without damaging your cams or your limbs, because again, if you're in a small single man, I'm a big dude, and I'm pulling that right.
Yeah,
I'm hitting everything in the process of coming up through.
Yeah. And the stand I was in was one of the bow archery stands, single man. So my railing lifted up, and I'm in a single man. So I'm 18 foot in the air looking down at the ground, trying to recock this thing, you know, and the only other way to do it is, again, lower the bow down, climb down the tree, recock it, climb back up, pull the bow back up again. It's just a whole lot of wasted motion when you're out there hunting, especially if there's deer in the area.
What's really funny is I did just miss one the other day.
Okay.
And that would have been pretty much what I needed there.
Chris,
Yeah,
can you blow that up? I'd love to watch this. I'm as excited as a little kid right now.
This is as big as we can get it for now, I believe. Yeah, this is the
Ah,
same thing.
there it is.
And then, you know, as you can see here, when I did this, I didn't rush. I wanted people to see. So I shot into a target, and you can see I have the hooks built in for the cocking rope, you know, stuff like that. I have other ones made to have holes in them, which I give S hooks, which was my first design before I built the hooks in. But from that first shot to the second shot without rushing is only 42 seconds.
Yeah.
In less than a minute, if you do miss, you're hunting again.
Yeah, I think people really need to watch this. This is really cool. So on the bottom hook, the first hook,
Mm-hmm.
you're getting it close so you can put your bow rope on.
Correct.
Okay, I just making sure people. I want to make sure I'm right and that people
Mhm.
are seeing what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Once it's locked on, you're moving the bow to the upper one,
Mm-hmm.
and then pulling your cocking aid down. Wow, that looked like it was pretty easy.
Yeah.
I use this literally every day now. I mean, I actually have one. I mounted onto a 4x4 stud in my garage, and I screwed it on place. So when I leave, I cock my crossbow with it and my wife's before we go out hunting. Or if I get there, if I want to use it, then I'll do it up in the tree. Each tree I'm in right now, my ladder stand, I have one in each tree right now. So if I do run into that issue, I'm ready to go again.
That's ingenious.
Because you're
Yeah,
using upper body instead of awkwardly bending over trying to pull it up.
Yeah. This is my wife here in the picture. And up until 2 years ago, she could cock a crossbow. She has an illness right now, which has weakened her muscles. So she cannot literally recock her crossbow by putting her foot in the stirrup. She can still cock it using this.
So I got a question for you. I'm loving the idea. I'm loving everything about it. We got a bunch of viewers on watching right now, so let's get right into it. So if I buy a crank or a crossbow crank, I'm looking at approximately $70, $60 to $150 for a crossbow crank, depending on my crossbow.
Depending on the bow. I mean, you're getting up there in price.
Yeah.
So I'm talking at a cheap range. I'm looking at a cheap range anywhere from Skip. What do you think? What are you saying? About 60 to about 150
at least.
So I'm looking at that. If I need, if I'm an older gentleman or a gentleman with a surgery, or maybe a lady who just doesn't have the power.
Mm-hmm.
I could say that about men too. I've seen some of them.
Yeah.
But so now you're eliminating the hand crank and you're making this way easier. What is the cost of this?
$69.99, $70 with shipping. That's free shipping on it right now.
Okay, so free shipping, and you're spending the same amount.
Yes.
Or they can pick it up down at Pine Grove Guns.
They can pick it up there. He has it, or even I have it at my house. Again, if somebody wants to come and pick it up, they're not paying shipping either, delivery, fee that way. And I'm at 40 James Road in Schuylkill Haven. Everything is on my website there.
Mm-hmm.
They can gladly come right to my house. I have them at the house and pick them up that way. I mean, or if somebody gives me a call, if they're within reason, I'll work something with them as far as delivery.
But I mean, this almost eliminates, if you have a crank, even taking a crank with. Because,
Yes.
I mean, you can leave this at your tree stand.
Mm-hmm.
One less piece of equipment you got to carry.
Yeah.
And now, I'm not a big crossbow hunter. I hunt with a compound. But I know guys that have the cranks, and they make clicking noises.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
When they wind them. I mean, there you're eliminating excess noise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the other thing is too, I mean, I keep this in my tree all the time, my ladder stand. And what I do is when I pull up my crossbow, from the ground, I pull it up. I don't even take my rope off right away. I get the crossbow and literally hanging up on the bottom hook. And then I detach the hook from the crossbow. So your hand's free. And then I'll get ready. I'll sit down. I'll put my head net on, put my hat on, my gloves on, zip up my coat. I'll get all this stuff ready, and then I can grab the crossbow and sit down, and I'm ready to hunt. Where before you always had it on the railing, you had to watch it and knock the darn thing off. You know, it's always in the way. And same with when I lower it down, I put it right back up on the second chance here, and then I hook up my rope before I lower it down. So now I just have to grab the crossbow and rope it. So, you know, you're not fumbling around as much. I mean, since I've gotten it, it's really become handy for more uses than just having to, you know, to reshoot again if you have to, you know, for that second opportunity.
Well, from what I see, and I haven't used it, I can't lie to you. I'd like to use it and shoot a video using it with you. I'm not gonna lie, I'd love it. But from what I see, it looks like it's saving injury, it's saving time, it's saving noise. I couldn't tell you how many times, Chris, you can vouch this. You put your crank on these crossbows with the cranks, you crank them up, it clicks, and then till you get them, you know, if they're built into the crossbow, you get them up against the stock, they're tick, 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 tick the whole time. Till you get them reeled in and done. I think that I see nothing but, how would I say it, positivity coming from this product.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
I was just on Pennsylvania Outdoor Life October 1st. Don Jacobs came down because I had sent him that video you've seen, and he absolutely loved it. He called me the next day. He said, we need to do an interview. So I'm getting a whole lot of positive feedback from it. And I really hope that it can help a lot of people because, like I said, I've had injuries. I know what it's like to try to, and that's why I had to shoot a crossbow, because I had injuries. I could no longer shoot my compound bow. So I went to the crossbow years ago, and now here's something that, you know, I come up with a number of years later that's actually beneficial, you know, to this, you know, even now for using the crossbow.
And what I like about it, and again, this is just me. What I like about it is you can not only have it on the tree behind you like you do here.
Mm-hmm.
If you had it on a tree that was next to you, it could be there sitting ready, waiting for you to just grab it right away.
And it's funny you said that because I hunt from the ground a lot of times.
Me too.
And I will do that. I have that right onto a tree because even when I shot the compound bow years ago, I always had a loose arrow on both sides of the tree. For that reason, if a deer ever came and I missed or whatever, and I needed a second shot. So to me, this is just normal to have, you know, something ready. So and it benefits right there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's something that has, you know, the more I use it, the more I like it, and not just because I invented it. It just it really comes in handy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to point out another positive thing. I keep, you know, I keep in my head. I'm always when somebody shows a product, I'm always again. So we do soap and sauces, and we do things. I'm always like, it's got to be to my standards. It's got to be me. I'll pick my own stuff apart and critique it. Right? That's the guy I am.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing I seen too, I really liked was you put your arrow in facing upward.
Yes. Yeah.
So I like that. You cocked it, your arrow's facing upward. If for some reason that bow would go off, it's going up there. It ain't going anywhere near you. It ain't going to make any noise either, 9 out of 10.
Yeah. And that's a big plus with it because, again, it does make you hands-free. You know, once it's there and hanging, it's safe. It's not going nowhere. And I had a couple of people tell me I got to do these little videos and stuff like that. And that's not really quite me, but I'm kind of getting used to it, you know, and try to come up with little tips and show people. But it really has become a handy little item.
That would be a phenomenal product. From
John Daly here for a second.
But, you know, so I'm, you know, hopefully I'm trying to get the word out there. I mean, I'm getting a lot of positive feedback. So hopefully it'll keep going. It's made of aluminum, so it's not going to rust. And it's made here it's local. I mean, it's Southeast PA, Lebanon and stuff like that. So it's local stuff. It's made in America here. So to me, that's all good. It's all positive.
Now, John, your strap, what's your strap made of?
It's a regular nylon strap with the cam buckle. That thing is rated for over 500 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, and what I did, I have a friend of mine who's 6'4", 320 pounds. And I actually got that strap. I hung it in my garage. His name is Rick. And I tested it first, and then I had him come over, stand on that strap because I wanted to make sure it's safe. I don't want anybody pulling on that thing and that thing go anywhere. So I had a big enough man to test it for me. Now, I'm only 155 pounds myself. So I had a friend of mine test that strap to make sure it didn't slip or break. And the place I got them from, they're actually 20-foot straps, so they need to really be cut down once you get them, cut them to length. And then I know people myself that may want to use a ratchet strap, which is fine, but I supply a strap with it. And the ones that have the holes in the bottom, I supply also a little pack of S hooks, so it'll have something to hang binoculars on, cocking rope, or whatever they want to hang on there.
So I tell you what, you're going to laugh at me for this, but is your wife close by?
I can get it for you. Hold on a second.
I'll tell you why, because when we have viewers on here, I would love to hear a woman's input on this product. If we're going to help you sell this product, I want to make sure somebody else hears a whole different side of this.
There you go.
Hi.
Hi, I'm sorry, hon. I don't want to put you on the spot.
You did, but that's okay.
So we want nothing more than to help you. We are local as well. Chris is from Pine Grove, Skip Shamokin, I'm Mount Carmel. We want nothing more than to help the local people sell their product. That's why we try to invite anybody on local that's coming up with a great idea for hunting. We are watching it. We're seeing it. We're loving it. What I said to your husband was, I'd love to hear a woman's perspective, not because your husband made it, but on the product and how it benefits you.
Well, I know John had told you that I had gotten pretty ill the last 2 years, and I lost a lot of upper body strength, which is very humbling and very humiliating when you're used to doing everything yourself. So in that time frame, we've had to hunt together. Now we're very competitive. So hunting in the same blind at the same time and only one deer comes by, he's the gentleman. Go ahead, hon, take a shot. Well, that's not competition. That feels like you're being handed something. So,
there's nothing wrong with that.
John, if you want me to shoot one for you, just let me know. I'll do it. I'll sit with you, buddy.
Yeah, I'll take that hit for you, buddy.
Yeah, I'll swing a tree stand with you too.
So,
sorry.
Anyway, now that he has made this, I can cock the bow again. So now I can hunt. We usually still hunt close together because I would never be able to pull out the deer now yet. But it's kind of cool because I can take my shot and I know he might have missed. I got that deer fair and square, that kind of thing. But I'm not a big tree ladder stand kind of person either. I like to hunt from the ground or the blind. And we have the one right outside our blind so that I can cock it from there. So you can cock it from the ground as well.
That's a great one. You're a blind hunter. That's even better than a woman's opinion to me. A blind hunter. So how do you use this product if you're hunting from a blind?
Well, the thing is, unfortunately, you still have to go outside the blind because our blinds are just a collapsible, foldable thing. And we don't have our own property. So I can't cement it in the ground and put the 4x4 in the ground.
Right.
But if you have your own place, I'm sure you could. But right now it's just outside the back of the blind and I can just step out there if I need to recock it and use it as a second shot. I have to admit I've been very lucky and fortunate. I've only had a one-shot, one-kill thing so far. So, I don't want to brag.
Yes, she does.
Brag away. You earned it.
Yeah. She can shoot.
You earned it. No, I think it's great. I appreciate you jumping on. I didn't want to put you in the spot, but the reality is to sell this product, we're learning ourselves and doing all this is, you got to get people to buy in. You got to make sure they know this works for somebody besides me. So you now explained how you use it from a ground blind, which I think is phenomenal. So what? You got to get out the blind. It still could be cocked in 45 seconds and back in and zipper. And I think from a woman's perspective, not only is it from a woman's perspective, but you said you had an illness as well. And which tells me that if you can do that, anybody should be able to do that.
I'm hoping so.
Which is what people want to see. And I don't want that to sound smart, mean, anything, because it's not meant in any way. I think it's great. You know, you want your product to be able to reach everybody. And I honestly, hearing from you and your husband watching this video here, it's a wonderful idea. I'm in love with it.
Well, we're really hoping. We were also hoping it would help out like our handicap, especially our vets. I don't know. I haven't been able to get in contact with them yet because, again, we're just starting off. But we figured if with my illness and stuff like that, my upper body is my weakness, and I can use my body strength to pull down, or my weight basically to pull down and conk it. We're hoping that maybe somebody who's lost their lower body strength, you know, their ability there, that they could still, you know, a lot of these gentlemen and ladies would have their upper body strength up also pull down, even if it was from a wheelchair. I've seen a lot of shows that show vets hunting and stuff like that. And we're hoping to reach out to them as well. Or just people like ourselves. Like John said, he's had surgery. He's had torn muscles, back surgery. And then with my illness too. So
I'd like to give you some advice.
absolutely.
If you can mail that product to T-Bone Turner and get him to use it and love it, I believe you will sell a ton of that product. Just remember BSO when you're rich.
It's kind of funny you said that. He had a show the other day on Facebook. He had done something, and I went to the comment section and I actually sent that video. I didn't hear nothing back. So I don't know if he didn't get it, but yeah, I definitely want to try to. I've been trying. I have a whole list. I mean, of places I send it to, and I want
T-Bone uses mainly a compound bow, right? So
Yes.
we know that T-Bone.
Yeah.
He's a wheelchair guy who's proud and says, "There's no way you're putting me in a crossbow," but he does use it as well. I've seen videos where he will shoot one.
Yeah.
So if you can reach someone like that who has some. What's the word I'm looking for, guys? Some pull. Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Or some great community feedback.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
people watch him. His views are tremendous. If you could get that product in the hands of someone like that that says they love it, that product will take off your shelves.
Right. Yeah.
And,
Now
and
we
you
are-
know, I'm in love with it. I haven't used it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I want to use it. I want to stop at your house. I want you to let me try it.
Yeah, we're going to also, we're trying to make ourselves available. We're going to be at the outdoor show in Harrisburg in February. And
Oh,
then
nice.
also going to be at the one in Bloomsburg, the early bird special. That's in January.
We are going to try to set up at one of them. I don't know if we can set up at both. We just have too much going. But we are going to try to set up at one of them. So hopefully if we do that, we run into you there for sure.
Awesome.
We're going to try to sell. We got a bunch of stuff going right now. And we're trying. We made a hunting board game we released and stuff. So we're really trying to get stuff out there. We're trying to pull young kids in and to get more kids to be able to hunt. And I think your product. So for me, I have kids that hunt. So your product, I think, can really reach that.
Yeah, it would be nice to see if the kids can do it. My youngest is 24, so he's no longer a kid. So
And I got little kids. We'll stop by.
we need to see if they'll work for him.
And if I have to put a pacifier in my mouth just to be able to try it, I'll do it. I'm not proud. I'm not proud. I'll do it.
That works.
All right. I just want to try it.
Yeah. Well, when I get those lollipops, that taste pretty good, you know. So.
Do it. Do you know what kind of views we'll have?
I'm digging it. Like I'm so grateful your wife got on it. And I apologize. What was your name, hon?
Kelly.
Kelly. I appreciate you, Kelly, getting on because I think hearing a woman's perspective as well. There's so many women that are out there now getting into hunting. And I love it. I love that women want to hunt. We had a whole series just on women hunting in February. We did a whole month-long series. And we had some really big guests on.
Oh, that's awesome.
And yes, and I love it. So this product, I mean, if you can get this in the hand, I'd say just in the right hands, I think you have everything designed to be correct. I think that your motive is true. I think that your design idea is fantastic. And I support it. So you got my approval. I can't talk for every BSO member, but your product is my approval.
Thank you.
I just keep saying I want to try it. That's what I'm going to like is I got to try it. I'm one of them dudes. I want to try it.
Well, we're gonna have to find a way to get one to you, absolutely. And I need because same thing. I want people to check it out and let me know the pros and cons also. I mean,
Well, here's what if I'll tell you what, John, if you send me one, I won't try it first. My dad is actually my dad has full plates through his back and is completely let's just say I go pull his crossbow for him when he goes out. I drive up to his house, I pull the crossbow. I just bought him a $70 crank. And he's having trouble just trying to crank it. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I not only will I do it, I'll video it and I'll take live feed for you. I will give you every feedback from him, not me, because he will matter more than I will.
Right.
Of him using it and giving his input on what he thinks.
That'd be awesome, seriously, because like I said, I mean, I have 2 bad muscles, 2 bad shoulders, and I had a back operation. And I have no problem using this. I use it every day we go out hunting. I mean, I cock my crossbow in the morning. We come back at lunch, we fire it off. I recock it again before we leave again. I said to her, I wish I would have done this years ago. But what can I say? But I not only because I invented it, but I just enjoy the product. I think it's a good product, and I think it works. I really hope a lot of people can get use out of it because it's helped me and her. Well, you can say, I mean, she's gotten sick and she lost a lot of her strength.
Yeah, I'm. What's funny is every time you say something, John, it's positive. You're saying, I just hope it reaches people. I just hope people love it as much as I do. I just hope I don't hear you saying, I got to get rich tomorrow. I want people to hear that. Like, I haven't heard that once. Like, I want this product to sell so I can be rich. That's not what you're saying. You're saying, I think this product will help so many people, and I just want to see it reach them and help them.
If it didn't cost as much money to have this thing made, the price would even be lower yet, because it's not about the money. It's about helping people and fellow hunters. I mean, this world is so screwed up as it is right now.
Amen.
We need to help each other and look out for each other, and and treat our fellow hunters. And this is something that can help people. I mean, again, you talk about the younger kids, coming up, boys and girls. They're small. Here's a way they can, be able to cock their own crossbow and hunt, a little bit away from their dad or whoever it is that they're with, 20, 30 yards, 40 yards, and kind of get the independence of still being able to do something on their own.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, John. That's the first thing I thought of. I thought of 2 people. My daughter, who hunts, she's 17, and my dad. When this product, I first seen it, that was the first thing I thought of was, I'll bet you them 2 can use that and pull that back.
Yeah. And I hope they can too. And I really think they should be able to, because like I said, it's benefited myself and it's benefited Kelly a lot. And she's lost a lot of strength due to her illness. And this is kind of giving her a little bit of independence. So, again, if that deer does come by, I can shoot before it gets to her,
He doesn't have to hold back anymore.
The pity is gone. So now let me ask you, when this product comes out, you have I didn't see the packaging. I'm sure Chris has seen the packaging. Chris, what does this come out in? Come out in plastic, cardboard box?
Just in a box right now.
Yeah, right now it's just in a box.
Okay, that's fine. I just, so people know what they're getting. They're going to get a cardboard box. Is there going to be an instruction manual in this box?
The instructions, if they buy it online, the instructions are automatically given to them with their receipt.
Nice.
So it's an automatic transfer. And if they buy it like at one of the shows or here, we have the instructions in the box.
Now, there's something on here on the you can see the order form, right? That I didn't honestly think about until I read it here, because you want to practice from your tree stand, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So this way you can just keep your target down there, and you could just keep practicing, shoot, reload, keep going and going. You don't have to
Yeah.
get down or worry about how you're going to keep reloading for your practice shots.
Yeah, because we all know, arrows fly differently from level to shooting down.
Mm-hmm.
And same with crossbows, even though they fly a little bit flatter compared to a compound and stuff like that, they're still aiming different. So now, like I said, you can be there and literally shoot, 2, 3, 4, whatever shots you want of, from your crossbow from up in the tree stand, where normally you really could not do that before, probably unless you lowered the crossbow down to someone else and they recocked it for you and you hauled it back up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also a benefit there that someone can do that.
So now I'm going to throw this at you. Is there a crossbow that won't work with this product?
Actually, I'm working on one right now, believe it or not. A friend of mine, he has, and I'm not sure the name of it, but it has the wider foot stirrup. And his wider foot stirrup, he just literally told me this last week, would not fit in the hook the right way. So yesterday, I just did some modifications on one to make sure that I can get even the ones with the wider foot stirrup to work in there. So I will either have another batch of these made that will handle the wider ones, or I will do something. I'm not sure exactly yet, but yeah, that's the only thing so far that we know of that is the issue. And that just happened to come about last week because years ago I had a Barnett, had the foot stirrup, which is built into the crossbow, and I had no problem. Mine fit into it. But this guy here, his name is Scott, and he said, because he's a friend of mine, I said, try this thing out. And he said that was the issue he had with it. So I am definitely making modifications to change that.
The only other thing that we could think of is some of the newer crossbows that are going at such high speeds that come automatically with a crank. If you can't routinely pull it back with a cocking rope, if the pressure is that high, we can't guarantee if it would pull it back. We're not that rich. We don't have one that's that strong.
Yeah. And that's why you said about the packing. I would love to get like a plastic packing and stuff like that. But honestly, we have so much money tied into this right now. We're at rock bottom. I just can't do the packaging other than, the cardboard boxes and stuff right now. I mean, hopefully that'll change and we can do what we can do later on. But again, right now I'm trying to keep it as low as I can for the consumer, whoever wants to buy. I can surely go there and package it and charge double the money, but I don't want to do that.
Absolutely, John. I agree with you and Kelly totally. I mean, keep it at a low cost, make sure the product's going to sell. Once the product takes off, now you work on making it nicer, better, whatever you want to say, more professional looking, whatever.
Right.
I don't care if it comes in a piece of plastic or a cardboard box, as long as it works.
Yeah, and like I said, it's made of aluminum, so it's not going to rust. It's local. I mean, it literally weighs, I think, 1 pound and
9 ounces.
9 ounces. So it's not heavy at all, and that's with the strap.
And it's either anodized or powder coated so that it will reduce any glare. So we figure that maybe somewhere along the line you might have to do some touch up on your paint job or something, but at this point in time, it's covered. It's not going to be shiny out in the woods on you.
Yeah, we try to make it strong and durable the best we can, and still we did everything to keep the price down. I mean, I'd love to keep it lower yet, but I can't.
Well, so you're saying about the paint peeling, I'm assuming, being it's aluminum, that if somebody really ran into a bind, they could even put like camo tape over the outside or anything instead of repainting it.
Oh, absolutely. Well, the one you see on the pole right there that is like a green color, the one on the left here, yeah, that is actually, it was silver. I painted that myself.
So just so people do see, it is, they do have other options if the paint starts to peel.
Yeah,
that's why we ask these questions. We're always trying to keep viewers, if they have a question, we want to try to get it for them.
Right.
They can watch this and be like, man, this is it. I want this product. So,
and right now they're either powder coated or anodized. So it is a stronger coating than just regular paint. So, I mean, again, we try to do what we can and keep the price down, but we want something that when somebody, and that's why I also put the straps in with them, because I didn't want somebody to get it, on a Friday and say, hey, I'm going to take it out Saturday morning and there's no strap. Now you have to run to the store.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they want to make it, more secure, they could always put a ratchet strap on it. But I don't have a racket strap on mine. The strap that goes with it every day that I send one out, if I do, I use the same strap myself. So what you see there is what I use. It is what I use.
And that's another big thing. People buy a product, they don't want a product that you're selling. So you're selling exactly what you use,
Yes.
which is to me a big deal. I think, again, I'm going to say this again. I want to try the product, just because I think it's cool. I'm a big guy. I can pull my bow back, but that don't mean I still don't want to try it.
Yeah, and I want you to, because like I said, I want feedback, say, hey, maybe if you change this and change that. Also, if you see the notches in the back, I talked to several of the Pennsylvania Game Commission officers and asked them, say, hey, is this going to be an issue digging into the tree? And they all said, no, it's not a problem at all. It's not digging in any more than any kind of climbing tree stand or anything like that, because that's another thing I wanted to be concerned about. And, they all said, no, it's definitely not a problem. You can use it on state game lands and not have to worry.
See, now I thought of that and I didn't ask it, but I thought, man, that looks just almost like a climbing tree stand.
Yeah.
So,
or like
that's
the climbing sticks have the same. The climbing sticks have big spikes on the back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
Guys, give your feedback. I mean, I'm the talker in the group, but give your feedback. I think it's a great product. I think everything behind it is pretty cool.
Because we're always going to be looking for, suggestions too, because obviously we're not that close-minded to say, oh, we made the perfect thing and it can't be improved upon. I mean, we've already thought, we want to put some holes on the one side so it can be easily mounted onto a pole like we have in our pole barn.
No, the only thing I was going to ask you already answered, and that was about the hooks. Like, what if you wanted to hang a bag or something on the side, and you already said you have like S hooks and things with it. Plus, it already has a hook on the bottom here. One side would hold your strap, and you can put something else on the other side. So
right? Yeah, and originally, like that hook is built into it because I filed first ones I had holes in them, and I had S hooks that came with it, which we still do. And then I went to that one there that has the hook incorporated into it. And I do the same thing. I put my caulking rope on there right away. So it's there. If I need it, it's ready to go. And like I said, you can hang, binoculars on it or maybe a range finder,
Yep.
It was a little less noisy too than the S hooks. So the S hooks are definitely our first batch. And then the cut-in self-made hooks were a better idea. Live and learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's a great idea. I mean, I don't hunt with a crossbow, but I think it's a great idea. I think I might buy one. I'll be, as soon as I hit 60, I'll probably need it.
come on, so you're going to need it next year the way you're going.
Probably.
I thought it was 10 years ago.
Probably. It's from what? Hey, Ben. That's from all them fish, bud.
Is that what it is? All them fish working on muscles.
Yeah.
So I have another question. Chris, can you pick that back up?
I can do anything you need. What
No,
do you need?
pick up the one you have in your hand.
Oh, yeah.
Chris. Yep. Spin it. Oh, to
Hold
me.
on.
Keep coming. Keep coming to me. I want to
What's
see
your
the back of it. I want to see. There you go. Right there. So, guys, what is the distance? But give me an estimate of the distance between them two plates.
4 inches.
Yeah, it's just a hair over 4 inches because that will go over. That's another thing I thought about when I designed it because my mind was thinking ahead of time. That will go over a 4x4 stud.
That's what I was after.
And
Right there.
actually, yes, the next ones we get made will have holes on top and bottom. I have one hanging in my garage that I drill my own holes in it, and I hang mine on a 4x4 stud. And if you turn a 2x4 sideways, so if somebody does have a blind that's made out of wood, you can actually mount that to a 2x4 sideways or put two 2x4s together, and you can mount it in there and cock your crossbow from a blind also.
John, great minds think alike. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, so if I own a blind, like I'm looking at your product saying I'm in, I want to help sell it. So I'm saying if I own a blind and I built one, can I mount it to it? So I started looking at Chris when he was flipping it around. I'm like, that looks like a 4x4.
Yes, and Yeah, it will work. I have one in my garage, and I can do a small video of it shortly to show people. But I don't have them for sale with the holes in them yet. But if somebody wanted one, I would just drill it for them. I mean, I'm that kind of person. If somebody said, "Hey, I want one for my garage, but don't have holes in it," I'll drill it for them. I got no problem doing something like that.
Right.
Help
Well,
them
that's
do that.
awesome. I think it's awesome. I think the whole story on why you made it is even just as incredible.
Well, it's one of those deals. I mean, I take pride in hunting too. I've gotten quite a few deer with the crossbow, and not to brag either, but rarely do I miss. But things do happen. And honestly, when this doe dropped, I had her pegged at 30 yards. I had her ranged at 30 yards. I aimed low, thinking she's going to drop a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
She dropped, her belly hit the ground. And my arrow went right over the top. And I'm there, wow. It blew my mind. And then when I seen her walking around like 75, 80 yards yet, I'm thinking, oh man, I got to try to recock this thing. What if I get a second chance at her? And she started coming back my way. And you can see that she was skittish. I mean, she knew something happened, but she didn't know what. And I struggled to get that thing, cocked and loaded in that tree stand. And like I said, she stopped short. She got about 50 yards and turned and walked away. But then my mind started working. Yeah.
If anything, to put string together when they blow up, because I had a pretty bad day already. I had a big 8-pointer in front of me, and my limb, my crossbow limb hit my GoPro holder and blew the whole bow up.
Oh no!
Wow. Ouch.
Oh, I cried. I literally cried. I was like a little kid and had to wipe the tears with leaves.
Okay, good. Ben, I cried for you when you posted that video on our
Oh my God.
chat about that. This is the deer I missed and my boat blew up.
Wow.
It walked.
I cried when I
walked
seen
in
it.
like-
Yeah.
John, it was a big 8-point. I've been after him. I've been watching him all year, and he walked in the second day, and I was like, "Oh God, here he is! I got him in the bag."
Wow.
And then the arrow fell straight down.
Oh, geez.
Oh no!
Wow.
There's my cam, my limb, my string. I sent them guys a video. The buck walks straight to me and stops at 15 yards and eats
Oh.
acorn for 20
Oh,
minutes.
no. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I think God has a sense of humor, and I think that day he was using it. He was like, you see that fat guy in the tree? Yeah, I got him.
Wow.
But listen, I think it's great. I'm just going to shoot it to you. I think it's fantastic. I think everything behind it is exactly what I hope for. When Chris and I and Skip talked about this product, we were like, I don't watch your videos, right? Like I don't want to see your video. I don't want to see anything about your product except for maybe look at it until we get you on here, because I want to ask you questions just as if I was a guy going to buy it at a store.
Sure.
And if I watch all your stuff, I already know all the answers, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so I don't want to do that. I want to see it new like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And, I seen it. I looked at it. I had a lot of questions, a lot of thoughts. But everything I looked at, it was exactly the way. Okay, so the double hooks, I was a little confused by the double hooks when I looked at them. Like, wait, if you're pulling it. But after watching you hang it and put your cocking aid on it, and I was like, I get it. It all made sense.
Yeah. And I got that, like I said, from, me, just the way I am, shooting a compound and even recurve years ago. I hunt from the ground. So on each side of the tree, I always had an arrow, a free arrow, loose arrow, that if I ever missed, I wasn't trying to rip it out of my quiver or doing something. I needed the backup shot. Is just the way I am. And so I just had to, put it into that there, incorporate it into that there also. Because if I need it in a hurry, I have my cocking rope in a small pouch on my sling. I have my quiver on my sling on my crossbow. And I take that off all the time so the sling's not moving. And I hang that, right there also. So if I ever do need a second shot, and, it's funny I invented this because rarely did I ever need it. But it happened one time. It's like, okay, now I'm going to do something. And I think if what happened to me, I'm sure it happens to other people. And if I can help somebody else out, even to keep hunting, like I said, in less than a minute, you're hunting again, rather than disturb the area by climbing back out of the tree stand, recock, and then climbing back up. It's a benefit, and it helps people.
Yeah, I love it. I love again. I love the idea behind it. You're looking to help people who struggle with injuries, people who might be sick, women, children. You're targeting all the right people to me, and I love it. So you got my vote. My vote is up there.
Yeah. Well, thanks. I appreciate that.
And here's so if you send us forgive me, brain fart. If you send us maybe a video or something of you using it, I don't want to. We're not going to steal it off your website. I don't like doing that.
Mhm.
Send us maybe a video. We'd love to share your video on our Facebook page and our Instagram with your link to your product.
Okay.
We would love to do that to help you out. I think that would be a great thing to do, especially being your local as we are. We love doing that and helping people out.
Yeah, we'll add the video to the beginning and play it each time, and this way it'll be like a constant ad thing going for you if you want.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
So there's also a guy out of Reading. Before we end up closing tonight, there's a guy out of Reading that makes WTF camo. You'll be running into him a lot. He makes a brand new camo pattern out. You guys may want to check him out. I'm sure he'll be at all the events as well. He's got a ton of money logged in. But he'd be another one to check out for you. And, just again, I think us local guys got to stick together. I think if we don't, we won't make it. I think we got to have each other's back. So he'd definitely be a guy to just look up and talk to a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be cool to see if he can't get a like you said, you can tape it. So if you get the WTF camo tape, if he makes that and put that would be cool.
Yep. I think there's always ways to improve everything. And I think, guys together with some good ideas can really do that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. And like I said, the first one there, you can see I painted and the paint wasn't that durable, but I just wanted something to try until we found out the company can do the powder coat or the anodized, which is a little bit stronger yet, because we wanted something, somewhat durable also. I mean,
That tape would
Yep.
be an idea for
the tape
decoration.
would be
I like
nice.
that idea. Yeah,
You want a quality
Anywhere.
product at a great price, right? I mean, isn't that always what everybody wants? A quality
Yeah,
product.
absolutely. And, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
and
kinda
that's why- Go ahead.
I say I'm kind of sad I have to take this back to Patrick tomorrow because he let me borrow it to show tonight. But
Well, he was
get
kind of
up there-
surprised. I think when I stopped in the store and I showed it to him, and I said, "Hey, can we sell these here?" And he's kind of looking at him like, well, yeah, why not?" So, but yeah,
He's a good
He's
guy.
a big
He's a
help.
good guy.
yeah. But having it made out of aluminum, it is durable, and it's strength wise that way. I didn't want to go cheap. If I tested it and retested it, and I said, have my friend. I mean, he's a big boy to make sure it'll hold up to somebody pulling down on it, and that's why also, if you notice, every time we talk, we also mention about doing it out of a ladder tree stand. I really don't recommend, your climbing stand and stuff like that, because somebody could easily step off it. I mean, if somebody does that, use it for that, that's up to them. But I recommend it really more of in a ladder tree stand than anything else.
Well, I mean, the reality is they should be wearing a safety harness in a regular.
And they should be, yeah.
So I don't think you would ever be held responsible in somebody not using their head in it.
Yeah.
There is
Welcome to
those,
this
right?
day and age.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
But there is those, so it was definitely good to promote the safety or part of it.
Yeah, and again, if they use this for other than the ladder tree stand, that's totally up to them. But everything I mentioned is ladder tree stand. Just for that reason.
I love it. Thank you very much for being on.
We appreciate it. I mean, this is all great. It's what we need. I need people to see that it's out there and realize it works. It's not just something I did. It's not just about money. It's something that works. And I love to see people use it and get benefit from it.
Absolutely. It was absolutely our pleasure to have you on, John, and your wife Kelly. Absolute pleasure, and an absolute pleasure to be able to check out your product and allow you to ask us questions and kind of, I don't want to say pick it apart, but we just ask a lot of questions so we understand and everybody else does as well.
Yeah. And we want that. I mean, also, because like I said, if there's something we can change or modify to benefit, we'll do that. I mean, You know, it's about what the people want and what they could use more than anything else. You know, we want something that they could. I want people to be able to use it and want to use it. You know, so. But you know, like I said, I have one of each tree I hunt out of. I just didn't invent it. I use it. So, you know.
How does that work? I'm not just a salesman. I'm also the client.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And it is.
Isn't that Rogaine or something, right? Wasn't that one of them?
Hair Club
Yeah,
for Men.
Yeah.
Air Club for Men or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I appreciate it. I know it's late. I'm sorry we held you on so long.
Oh, not a problem.
All right, we try to keep everybody under 10 o'clock, but you know, we like to talk and this is what we do. I can't say thank you enough. I think it's great. I'd be definitely interested in trying your product out. Guys, you got anything else for them before we go?
No.
No, I mean, yeah, I do have one other thing, but it's not.
No, but yeah, I love that. Go ahead, Chris.
I'm going to shoot you. No, we did want to show that there was a local youth hunter that got, I guess he set up his own food plot. He planted everything and he got his first buck. Was it the last week? Don't quote me on it. So I just wanted to show his video if you don't mind.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, while they're on, they're hunters, man. Show it. Let them see it.
I thought they'd get a kick.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, and Chris, send me, you got my number there. Send me your address, whatever. I'll definitely get when he's out to you in your mail and let your dad check it out.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Dude, he really got shot. He smoked that thing.
Yeah, he did.
That was cool. That was awesome.
That young boy made his own food plot. Dude, they'd send us the video and said, you got to share this. You got to share this.
That is awesome.
Planted it all
That's
himself.
what we love. We love that people just want to be involved with what we do. I always say I don't need to make any money. I don't care.
And I did never seen that coming. That was great.
Never.
Yep.
You can hear the dad in there now. Take it now. You can hear him. That's all I love.
Yeah, that's awesome. That really is.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we shared that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
we're
glad to see stuff like that. I enjoy stuff.
Be sorry for that, Chris. Be sorry for what you look like. Not showing videos of that.
Put holes in that for the eyes, right?
You only need one.
Ellie, John, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I hope God blesses you with huge outcome of this new product.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. We really appreciate
it.
And
I think he will. I think that by talking to you, it sounds like all your intentions are pure. And I think that, sometimes it ain't in the time frame we want or even need. But if it's meant to be, God always has a plan and it will work through.
Yeah, I've researched this for 2 years to make sure it was not on the market. And it wasn't. There's nothing like this. I mean, could have been out there a couple years ago. But again, finances and what have you. And then it just took this, and then we finally decided to take that step forward, to try it. But we'll see how it goes, and
Thank you for putting us on here. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, we had fun. I know.
No, we love it.
I know I did.
We're sick. We love it. We like to talk.
This is the first time I did one. My internet hasn't stopped.
Oh, Lord God.
But that is true. Usually Skip gets on and we lose him about 4 seconds into the intro. So, guys, I'm going to tell you to have a great night. Thank you very much. God bless every viewer and everyone, and God bless you guys for getting on and joining us.
Thanks a lot, guys. We really appreciate it. And good luck to everybody out there.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you.
God bless
you guys.